I'm Ray.
And I'm B.
And welcome back to another episode of
Talkz.
Everything disgusting, conversation is so boring. Heard about what I hate her, I don't agree.
We always mess up the intro.
Always. You would think we'd have it down pat by now, but nope.
I wonder how that's going to sound on mic. All right, guys. So today's episode is going to be talking about girl, get up. Right. Girl, get up. We're not talking about unbigging your back. We're talking about girl, get up. And girl, get up touches on settling for a guy, not living in your truth, and accepting the bare minimum and more.
Okay. And also about breakups.
Yeah.
And not waddling in the breakup. That wasn't meant for you anyway.
Exactly. So before we get into that, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you guys follow us on Spotify for podcasters. It's just Spotify. Make sure you guys just follow us on Spotify. And we also have a YouTube channel for the podcast for season 2. So make sure you guys are subscribed to all of that. It'll be in the description below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into
Girl, get up.
Girl, get up. Get your ass up off
your ass up.
Shit. So, I want to go ahead and talk about, girl, he don't really like you. Okay? He ain't fucking with you like that. And how do you know when somebody is not fucking with you like that? And this can go, this can go for girls and guys, because how do you know somebody's not really messing with you like that? I did a little research, and also based off my personal experience, how do you know somebody's not fucking with you? But I want to hear your take. How did you know when somebody wasn't really fucking with you like that?
Well, like, you could tell by interactions via phone or like text messages. Like, if y'all are texters, you can tell by that. Like, some, like, for instance, if all they say to you all day is good morning, and then if the only thing they say in between time is good afternoon and then good night, nothing in between, and no fillers, no nothing, no razzle dazzle, nothing. Yeah, he not into you like that.
And you know what? That's very true, because somebody we know, TikTok on the clock, he always be doing that. Like, he'll go, hey, what's up, during the day, and then I'll tell him what I'm doing, and then won't reply until like later the next day or later at night. And it's like, we could have not have texted. You could have just kept that in the vault. You could have kept it to yourself, or just not text me at all. But then don't eat my watch.
You know, guys like that they don't have any substance. They're not interested in a relationship. All they want to do is wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Exactly.
I bet if you say, hey, what's up, let's meet up tonight, I'm ready to do this, they're gonna have and that's not a conducive, that's not a fluid relationship. That's not give and take, and that's not a two-sided relationship at all.
So I jotted down some signs that you probably would like to look out for to let you know that somebody is not fucking with you like that. And that can go for girls or guys. So one of them is you have something to offer them. And that could be, oh, well, you have money, or you have a house, or you have a car, or you have weed. And I'm going to be honest, y'all. It was one dude, I didn't like him like that, but he just gave me like red flags. And he was always down my throat, like always down my throat.
And up your back.
And up my back and inside of the ass crack of my ass. And it was just like, me personally, when I tell you that I need personal space or whatever, I really mean that, or I'm going to show you otherwise. So it's like, okay, well, you want to be all up and down my back. Well, now I'm just going to start collecting you for shit. And that's not nice. That's not the route to go. And I've learned from that and moved forward. But I would get weed out of him. We wouldn't do anything. I would just have him come over, chit chat, talk, whatever. And then he'll buy my weed and then he'll go home. I'll send him by his way. I use you for that. That's how you know somebody's not messing with you. Like, take the hint. If somebody's not messing with you like that, and all you have is something to offer, and you know you have something to offer them,
something that they want,
yeah, and they're telling you otherwise, it's time for you to pack it up. They're not messing with you like that. And it can be vice versa too. Like, it's been times where I should have known where a guy is not messing with me like that, but because I had something to offer, I tried to keep them around because I thought they wanted me, but they really wanted what I had to offer.
Yeah.
So that's one of the signs. The second sign was you act like his mother, or you act like the parent. Yeah, like you baby them, like you treat them like you're the mom, like you provide food, you provide shelter, you provide them clothes. That's another sign that you are just being used and they don't really fuck with you like that. Like that goes into number one, you have something to offer. Right. So the third thing is you are settling because you are comfortable. It's easy to get caught up in something that you're comfortable with, but not really fulfilling. That's something that's not really fulfilling your purpose. So,
like, you're comfortable because you don't want to get to know anybody else. You're comfortable in the routine. You already know this person and everything like that. So it's easy to just stick around and stuff like that, hoping that things will change when they're never going to change. In 5 years, you look up, it's 5 years later and he's still the same, with the same good morning, good afternoon, good night, the same old stuff. Like, that is so lame. Like, how is that all? You know what? Let me tell you something. Dog face.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Okay, I studied him, and I studied him, and I realized that he's illiterate, and he is not open-minded and not willing to learn other things. He's stuck in his old man ways, and he has nothing to talk about, and that's why it's good morning, good afternoon, good night, what you doing. And he don't even say it, but it's WYD. No, I don't like that. He has nothing. He's just this dude, like this, in this ghetto mentality. That's what he has, and he stays stuck that way.
Yeah.
Okay, when I went over there and I saw the way in which he lived,
I wanted that picked up on camera.
Oh, I wanted, because I heard it. And I was like, no. And that's when I knew I was done with that.
Yeah.
Like, I was not. He had something to offer to me, and I feel like he was not marriage material. He only had that one thing that he could offer to me, and that's it.
Yeah.
But that it couldn't go no further than that, because he was not a man of substance. He just, I feel like at this point he was into other men, because I feel like men who act that way towards women are probably into other men and don't want to come out, because he's of that old, like that 80s baby type of stuff, and stuff, like he's born in that era. So he's on the down low, and that's my conclusion.
And you know, you can always kind of tell when somebody's like DL, like someone that just hates women, but they use them as a disguise,
as a beard.
Yeah.
So I kind of got off topic and rambling, but when he clearly don't want to be with you, but he's quick to go be with his other friends and they're guys, honey, you need to let that go, because he likes men.
Yes.
He likes men. He don't mess with you.
And I've had friends too that will just get comfortable, like being in a situation just because that's what they're familiar with.
Yeah.
And it's hard to like be around those type of people, because they're going to look at you like you're hating or like you're this and that when you tell them something. But I've had my fair share too of like just staying with somebody because I was comfortable. Like my first boyfriend, I stayed with him so long because I was so comfortable. Like I didn't want to change, and I didn't want to get to know anybody new. I didn't feel like starting over. Like it was just that. But then I kind of broke out of that. Like I would rather be uncomfortable and trying again than to be comfortable and unhappy with somebody, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah. Number 4, you're accepting the bare minimum. And that means like you accept anything that they have to offer.
You'll accept the good morning, good afternoon, good night.
She's not getting past that, y'all.
I did not accept that, because I would be like, is that all you got to say?
Right.
So no, don't accept that.
And then you'll accept the bare minimum, such as like, oh well, at least he spent a little bit of his time with me, or at least gave me a little bit of his time. Like no, somebody, like for example, if he's always like, oh, I'm busy, I'm working, I'm this, I'm that. But you have time to go and do everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else. And then you only want to give me about 15 minutes of your time.
Or you want to come over to somebody's house. That's why I don't let food dudes come to my house.
Yeah.
That's my temple. That's where I stay. But you know, in general, like he'll have time to come by your house or whatever and swing by, but don't want to take you out to eat.
Yeah.
Or, you know, go grab something to eat or whatever and make something out of it.
Right.
Okay. He don't have time for none of that. Okay. Well, he don't have time to spend time with you like that, but to come through and drop off some D.
Right.
Okay. Or she have time when she's horny enough, she come holler at you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't want to accept, that's bare minimum, you know, or just getting on the phone with you for 15 minutes and that's it, just to hush you up. Or, you know, when they're not putting their all in when you're, you know, giving your all, but that person is not giving their all.
Yeah.
That's like an unbalanced relationship. And you don't want that because that tears away at you over time.
Don't ever be a bare minimum, or don't ever be a person that be like, well, they just did this, so let me just accept that.
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to accept that. No.
I always strive for more.
You don't have to accept the bare minimum. You can go with your standards, okay?
And if somebody's
reasonably
not willing to be up to your standards, then be fine with being by yourself until somebody's willing to give that to you.
Then that's just not who you are supposed to be with.
Exactly.
And that's okay. And then sometimes the universe will throw these signs at you or make that person not be the one for you because that's not the one. And if you try to force it, then you just setting yourself up for failure and for hurt.
You're making yourself more miserable.
When you go against the universe, then you know, or God's plan, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt when you go against it, and you're gonna feel it. So listen to your gut and your intuition.
Listen to your gut.
Listen
your
to
gut.
it.
Don't
let never steers you wrong.
When you're in love, something I learned was not to listen to my heart. I learned to listen to my gut.
Yeah, that stuff that's at the bottom, listen to that. That stuff is like this real faint feeling that never goes away. That's your intuition telling you something. It goes beyond your stomach. Yeah, it's in your soul down there. So that it's telling you that, you know, something's off.
Exactly. So before we get more into the episode, let's go ahead and get into our question of the podcast, or our questions of the podcast is, if you ever accepted the bare minimum, how were some ways that you accepted the bare minimum and you didn't even realize it? Like, how did you accept that? And number 2 is, why did you accept anything your man does? Confront the issue. So yeah, period. All right, y'all, we're going to take a small break and then we're going to be right back with Girl Get Up. Get the fuck up off that flow. Period. All right, y'all. So we are back, and we are here with Girl Get Up. Get your ass.
Get on up now.
So we are moving forward. We're going to be going ahead and going into how can we pour into ourselves, and pouring into yourself, especially as a woman. And I feel like having a routine, having sticking to your plans. Like if you make a plan for yourself that every day in your routine that you get up, you go to the gym and you come home, stick to that plan, stick to that routine. Like I feel like something that I used to do was when I was with my first boyfriend, I had a little routine going on. I had, workout routine, especially at night. Like I had my routine, and he will always want to come over, like, to hang out at night. And me being me, is like, oh, he's giving me his time. Let me break my routine to go and hang out with him. Oh my gosh, yes, babe. And before, it's because I didn't know any better. Like, I just knew that he wanted to give me time, and I was just accepting of that. So now I learned that, like, if I have a routine and, you know, I'm always sticking to my routine, and you just want to come around whenever you want to come around, and then you want to come and break my routine. Oh, let's go to the club, and then afterwards you spend the night. No, how about let's go to the club, hang out, and then I'm gonna go back home because I have a routine the next morning. I have stuff to do the next day.
Exactly. Your routine is just as important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And never let a guy if a guy always want to hang out with you at night, honey, he's not into you like that. He just sees you as a booty call. You know, it's, you know, there times have changed now. That's what my grandpa taught me, but it can also still apply to now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you don't just let a guy always when it's dusk or when the sun is going down. That's when he want to come see you all the time. Like, we can't go out on a date,
right?
You know, no,
we can't go get brunch.
Yeah, we can't go get brunch. Sometimes you just gotta come over at night or at night. No.
Oh,
okay. I mean, I like to go out at night sometimes, but let's switch it up.
But yeah,
take me out during the day. I know. Yes, you ain't gonna be that way, are you?
Yeah, I know that's right. and you tell him. Yeah. And then it's like, I used to hate that because it's like when I would confront it and be like, why don't we ever go out during the day? Oh, well, I'm at work and then I go to the studio. Like,
that's his routine then, right?
That's your routine.
Okay, so don't come screwing up my routine.
Exactly.
So if you got to get up out of here at 7 o'clock because my routine starts at 8, then you got to go.
Then you got to go. Exactly.
Or, you know, or don't come messing me up. Don't do that, okay?
Yeah.
If I choose to hang out with you at night, fine. But I'm going to stick to my routine in the morning. No, you can't be here when I get back.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because I will always question myself, like, why do I keep breaking my routine and why do I keep sacrificing my time when you barely give me an hour of your time?
Yeah.
Like, no. And then the only time you want to come over is when you want to hook up and do this and that.
Like, and that hook up, you hang out for what, a total of 1 hour.
Yeah.
From start to finish. Okay. If we're talking and all that other stuff, 1 hour. And then when the actual act happens, it's just 10 minutes. So what? If that. So, you know, you got what, a total of what, 45 minutes of his time?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That ain't right.
Say busted ass shoes.
That's not right.
So it's like, yeah, don't be breaking your routine and not pouring into yourself for somebody else that's barely giving you any type of time.
Yes.
Don't sit here and get excited and get your panties all wet over 15 minutes of his time, because it's just, no. There's somebody that's going to want to spend hours with you. And not that possessive kind of time, but like, you know, and make him part of the, like.
Make a whole, like, date night. Like, and a guy that always talk. Yeah. And he's always saying, I don't care where we go. Where do you go? We can go anywhere. Long. No, how about you already have something set in place? Why is that so hard?
All right, y'all, we're back. So what you were saying?
I kind of lost my train of thought, but it's about just having, you know, just not. I lost my train of thought.
I feel like working them into the plan. Like,
yeah,
if you're gonna do something and you want to be a part of my time and whatever, be considerate and at least ask me what I have going on. Because that was something he never used to do too, which will really irritate me. Was he would never be like, oh, well, can I come and see you? Are you busy at the moment? And it was just like he would just invite himself into my plans.
Yeah, and not be considerate of what you have going on at the moment. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You want to always take care of yourself first. Put yourself before anything, like before a relationship, before a man. Love on yourself. Get your standards high, and not your standards, but get your confidence high up there. You know, because sometimes a man can be jealous of you, and they'll come in and try to chip away at anything, and you know, you lose confidence. So just make sure that you're always top tier with your confidence, with what you look, with your routines, and you're healthy, you know, mentally, physically, all of that.
Yeah. Because,
you know, the wrong man will try to chip away at what you have.
And I can testify to that, child. Ooh, child. And y'all already know.
I mean, I didn't realize a man could be jealous of a woman until I was in my 30s. And I had witness to that. Okay.
And it's like you don't believe it until it's right in your face.
It's right there. Like I always had my own place, and you know, taking care of my kids, and had a job, and he was the loser and that chose to become a felon in his 20s, and he screwed his whole life up. Now he's in his 40s, can't get an apartment or a car or anything. Yeah, he has to rely upon a woman and be an energy vampire and drain all her resources. And when he's done with that, he leaves her and goes on to the next. Yep. That's how he's gonna. That's how the energy, life.
And that's what an energy vampire does. They latch on to whoever they can, drain all their energy, and then once all their energy is drained and they can't get nothing else out of it, then they go and latch on to the next person and just live their life, and they're full of energy. Yeah, and you're always tired, and you wonder why. It's because you have this gnat that's right here that's draining all your energy. So it's just that too. Be looking out for who you're dating and who you surround yourself with.
Have discernment.
Yeah.
And pay attention. I'm glad that I did not let him do me like that. Because
and don't feel bad for everybody. Yeah. Don't feel bad for everybody, because they'll tell you their whole sob story and tell you their life story, and you just be like, dang, I feel so bad. Like,
and you want to be the one that's different and want to change. No, ma'am. Okay.
Or you want to be that person that helps them out. And
thinking that that's gonna, you know, that you're gonna be some type of ride or die. Yeah. Who's gonna always remember that. No. Okay. And for my ladies that have men in jail, just know they're not going to be with you when they come out, or they're going to use you for a place to stay, and that's it. They're going to go back to get themselves together. They're not going to do that. So that's why, you know, girl, get up. Like, come on now, let's get your ass up off that. And it's okay to have relationship, but they need to be healthy. Yeah, you need to identify genuine, healthy relationships. Don't just, you know, when you break up with someone, if you're going through a breakup, you break up with a guy or someone or a girl, don't get into another one until you have healed completely. Okay.
Because then now you're becoming that energy vampire. Yeah. Pick it up. Talk about it. Okay. Right. Girl, get up.
It's okay to be single. Let's not call it alone. It's okay to be single until you are healed enough to be with someone else. And that's it.
Girl, get up. Get up.
It's okay to
and they go for men too.
Yeah, I go for men too. And it's okay to be sad and mourn the relationship. But honey, give yourself about 40, give yourself 2 days to feel bad and sad and cry that stuff out and do whatever. But then you need to start waking on up and start doing, you know, getting over it. Yeah. Okay, please. All right. Especially if it was none but some 2 years, 3 years. No, ma'am.
And then something else too is like they always want to be like, oh, I'm about to flex on you.
Baby, I couldn't even do that. Got an oil slick in the driveway.
I couldn't even do that. And it's like, if a guy tells you that they're going to flex on you after y'all break up, he didn't fuck with you, boo. He was trying to compete with you in the relationship. Clock it. All right, let's go ahead and move on. So another thing that you could do to pour into yourself that I'm gonna just touch on very lightly is getting dressed up for yourself and working out. That goes part of your routine, is just looking your best, leaving the house feeling your best. And even if you're at home, you know, put on some cute little lounge around the house clothes and do your hair, do a little makeup routine, even if it's just putting on some blush for the day. Yeah. Look cute, look your best, because you never know when you're going to step out into the scene.
Nope, never do. Even if, go into the store, to the grocery store, you know, put yourself together a little bit, put on a cute little comfortable outfit, fluff your hair out or whatever, you know, and just go out there, looking put together. Yeah. You feel really good about yourself, because I know I do.
It makes all the difference. I would always be like, why are you putting on earrings when you're just going to the store? Like, you're just going to.
Because I want to look cute.
Well, I get it now. Okay. Girls that get it. I guess I wasn't one of them girls that got it, because I didn't get it. Me, I just walk out the house and whatever.
Now, like, when it's real cold, like, baby, I'm gonna throw me on some baggy something and some thick coat something, and, you know, wrap my hair up in a headscarf and go on about my business. But for the most part, baby, I'm gonna get dressed. I mean, if I have lashes, I'm gonna put them lashes on, child.
And that's just that on that.
Gotta feel good about yourself, because if you don't, then who will?
Who will?
Okay,
clock it, girl, get up. So, I see that you put here in the notes you wanted to touch on being in love with someone, and you being more in love with them versus them being overly in love with you too.
Yeah,
like equal.
That's not a good thing because I've been there. I've been in love. I've loved somebody more than they've loved me.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is all in my late 20s and all of the things and stuff like that. I've been with a guy where in my I was what 19 or 20 or something like that, and this guy, he was 13 years older, 12 years older, 13 years older than me. He had, and I didn't find this out until like 2 years later, and then I pieced it all together. He lived in the same hood as I did, was dating me, everything, and then going home at night to the north side to his girl. At the time, it was his girlfriend or whatever. Had a whole house situation over there. I did not find this out, and then I started finding this out, and then one day he come driving down the street, and he saw me outside. He stopped and got out the car and did his whole thing. It's like he was dressed up. He was in white. Okay, he was in white with an orange
white bust down.
Okay, a white suit and everything. And he told me he was going to a wedding, but then I later pieced it all together. He was going to get married.
Oh my God!
And when he came from kissing on me, hugging on me, giving me money and all of the things. Okay, that on his wedding day. All right, and then the next day. We got together, we hooked up, we went out and did whatever the next day. And I didn't know this.
Tell me that part.
Girl, yes. He had on peach and white. And no, it was salmon. It was a salmon color vest and a white suit. Okay. And he did all, and so I pieced all together. When I told you I was livid, okay, I told him
you were.
I was. I tried to follow him home. I told him, I'm gonna find your wife and I'm going to tell her. Okay. And that's when Facebook was starting to come on through. That heart started pumping, honey. Because let me tell you something. I'm the queen of investigations. Okay, yeah. I already knew her name too. Started with an R. Okay, I already knew her name. It was coming.
Clock it.
So I did not know that. So that there is where I felt like he did love me, but I loved him more because I didn't see what he was doing until it was late. But when I figured it out, it was World War III. And, so you don't want to be so young, especially the younger girls that date these older guys.
Oh, yes.
Like, they ain't nothing but a belly full of worms. Okay?
A belly full of worms.
Some of them are not even worth it. They're
not. And some girls younger, they think that's a flex. Honey, not. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're the victim. Okay? You're the victim.
They only want y'all for sex. Yeah. And stuff like that.
And because you're naive. And they're like, oh, well, let me look. I can train that one.
Yeah, they can train you.
And you get on Instagram and, that's my man. Yeah. That's my man.
Because the women their age are not going to go for that mess. And
they know they got a belly full of worms.
Yeah, a belly full of worms. Don't let him pump you full of belly full of worms, okay? They on their way to having limp penises, and they just want somebody to take care of them, okay? So just be mindful of that. Not all of them are like that, but the ones that I know are, okay?
And that's just the sad truth. So yeah, that is basically, girl, get up.
Yeah,
just realize your worth and realize that settling and just being comfortable and okay with it just for the sake of not starting over and just for the sake of it is not going to help you out in the long run, because you're going to look down 30 years, 20 years, 5 years and just be like, what the hell was I doing? And I look back at last year and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And I'm like, and the people that I used to talk to at some point, like in my life, I was like, I want to be done going back to them and talking to them. I'm over it. I'm done. I realized that they're not good for me, that they're just demons. Like the other guy, the dog face guy, I look at him now, he's like a demon, because I had to ask the universe to help cleanse me of them so I can stop having desires for them. And you got to put in, like, if you find yourself keeps spinning the block to the same bad person, you have soul ties to them. Yep. So you have to get rid of the soul ties. You have to boldly confess. You have to accept that that's what you have and realize what you have. Ask the universe to help cleanse you of that emotionally and spiritually of that. And you have to do the work. You have to stay away, block them, all of that. Block
I don't
them,
care.
No contact.
Where that missing feeling comes from,
it'll go away.
It's a test. It's a test from the universe to see that if you're still about to put up with the same shit. If you are removing yourself, don't. If they text you, oh, I miss you and I was wrong and this and that.
Yep. You gotta fight that.
Fight it.
That's like a snake trying to slither in, especially when you've been doing good and everything. You're just getting out for that, and they slither in, talking about I miss you and stuff. That is a test. Do not fall for that because you're just gonna go back into a cycle. You don't want to do that.
Exactly.
You wanna be cleansed, and I've been cleansed for years of these people, and I feel amazing. So, and I look at them as like demons. Like, how could I have ever been so in a dark place to deal with something like that? So you don't want to be with that. Just get up and take care of yourself first. And, have discernment when you're dating guys. Don't be so quick to fall in love. That's why in the old days, we call them courting. Okay. Courting means getting to know them. Okay. First.
Yeah.
Before you go have
date
sex
a little bit.
and stuff. Date a little bit.
Talk, or we call it the talking stage. I still think that's dating. You're in a dating, like if you're talking to me and we've been talking and this lovey-dovey shit, we're dating. Yeah, we're dating. We may not be exclusively dating, but we're dating. So date a little bit, figure out who you're talking to. You don't have to call me your boyfriend or your girlfriend, but we are dating. So we're getting to know each other. We're in that stage. You're not talking to anybody. I'm not talking to anybody. We're dating. So
sooner or later,
look for those signs, and not saying be like eyes deep into it.
Yeah, but just be aware.
Be aware. Yeah.
Figure out how y'all act when y'all get into a little spat. How does he act? How do you act?
Yeah.
And how does that make you feel? Or just be on the lookout for that. You don't have to be looking for something bad but just be aware so you can know who you're talking to.
And listen with your ears and not with your mouth.
Yep.
Or with your vagina.
And just everything will just know that you're going through this breakup. It's gonna be okay. You'll be down for a little bit, but it'll pass.
Yeah,
you'll be okay.
And
girl or boy.
And I'm gonna leave it at that because you said it best. And that was Girl Get Up.
We should have named it Girl Boy Get Up.
Girl Boy Get Up.
But y'all get it. Yeah. Okay, you get it.
I might just call it Get Up.
Child, get up.
Child, get up. Get your ass up off that floor.
Get your ass up.
And that's just that. So, my name's Ray.
And I'm Dee.
And this was another episode of
Talkz.
Bye.
Bye.